I'll check it out. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone had a legendary week. We're live and direct. It's Friday. TJIF. Thank God I'm faithful. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go preview Niners Giants this week. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the injury report while we go ahead and wait for Mr. Adam.
Bruce Willis.
Shut up. Uh, damn, the fucking cord's all in my way. Hey, Jamie, how you doing, love? Everybody say what's up to Jamie. We're going to have our last episode of the week. What's up, Go Hard, baby? Long time no see, brother. How you been? We're going to have Jamie's going to be, her last episode this week of Good Morning Niner Empire will be up at tomorrow at 5 a.m. here on the West Coast.
Why you been up every morning?
No, that's not why I've been up every morning. I got my boy with me eating dinner. He's sitting. Let me see. Oh wow. Okay, there we go. I hit the wrong button. Oh God, this is such a professional show. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Yeah, everybody left. Everybody's like, you know what?
Everybody left. They're like, guys are fucking Jake now.
Yeah, total J-Cat. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Okay, out for the game is tight end George Kittle, quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, running back Raheem Mostert, running back Tevin Coleman, DN D Ford, and linebacker Dre Greenlaw. Yeah, so as Jamie just said, her episode's done and will be posted in a bit, but we will make it live at 5 a.m. But and cornerback Akilla Witherspoon is up and available. I see him. Ladies and gentlemen, the Steve to my Jerry. Yeah, we changed it up this week. We decided not to do the
Bruce Willis.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, not too bad, my man. Always good to be here. How you doing?
Legendary, brother. Legendary. I was just telling everybody it's TGIF. Thank God I'm faithful. But
Yes.
so I decided to tell everybody that we switched it up. It's no longer the Robin to my Batman. I'm going to say the Steve to my Jerry. You know, it seems a little bit more Niner-centric. But shut up. Anyway.
I'm left-handed as well, so I'll take that. I'll take that. And
Hey,
I got some sneaky good scrambling ability too, so right on cue.
Hey, white boy with sneaky scrambling ability. You know, hey. But it's actually funny because I always call Steve the GOAT, the greatest lefty of all time. You know,
I'm like a slower 32-year-old Russell Wilson.
There you go. A slower 32-year-old Russell. How old is Russell? Russell's got to be pretty close to his 30s. Got to be creeping up like late 20s.
I mean, he took a little delay from baseball. I feel like he's probably he came in the league in 2012. So fast forward 8 seasons right there, he had to at least be probably 23. He probably is 32.
Yeah, probably around your age.
Yeah.
If you had spent your whole life training like a professional athlete, probably be able to keep up with Russell Wilson. But So, okay. Go Hard's definitely said. He said if he doesn't catch us live, he catches us on the rebound. But
all right.
So going into the game, I don't know how up to date you are, but Akilla apparently had some type of situation pop up on Thursday. But I think the big news coming out, the I don't want to say unexpected, but the news I'm most excited about is it looks like we're going to see Jason Verrett get his first start in red and gold.
See, I was thinking about that. I don't know. I mean, I wonder what approach they're going to take with Akilla. I don't know. I almost feel like Akilla doesn't feel screwed, especially being in a contract year. And obviously, it doesn't matter about feelings. Obviously, he has more experience in the scheme. Even though Jason Verrett, before he even got to the 49ers, he actually had some similar scheme experience with the Chargers. But I was thinking almost let Akilla just attack at it and And then obviously, if he feels something weird or just simply just starts getting abused or whatnot, I feel like then you go to Jason Verrett. I don't know if we're gonna start Jason Verrett from the get go, but I guess if
I
you
mean,
hear my point of view, what do you think?
I think if Akilo's a go, they'll put Akilo out there. You know, I
That's
just
what I'm
think that he's if I think that they're gonna treat it like they did the Vikings game. They'll go out there and they'll say, "Hey, Akilo, it's go prove it to us." And if we see him struggle, they're gonna put Verrett. I do think Verrett's gonna play some snaps. I just think it's I can even see him sneaky some nickel. I see a lot more of us switching up things without um I think it's oh, okay. Gohart says I'm scared of JV, but you guys believe it's a tight hammy on Akilla Witherspoon. Um yeah, I do. That's what it was. It was a tight hammy.
Okay.
I think we're gonna see a lot more scheme versatility without Nick Bosa. I mean, we got to deal with that. I think it's going to be our motto is always our best 11 on field. I just believe that our best 11, especially with Greenlaw ruled out, which you and I have both. Or I don't know your opinion about it, but I've already said, look, those who believe that there's no politics in football, you're sadly mistaken. I believe that the only reason Dre Greenlaw isn't our starting will linebacker is because how much Quan Alexander is getting paid and what he brings as far as an emotional leader on the field. But I see a lot of scheme versatility. So I see situations where we might go to the big nickel, where we went in the Super Bowl. I think we see a lot of that. I don't know now. Of course, being on the Giants schemes, I know that they're out a receiver. I know that they had a receiver down.
Yeah.
So
Sterling Shepard, their best wide receiver, in my own personal
yeah,
opinion.
we're basically going to look at it this way: is that I'm open for everything. I do think we're going to see Jason Verrett, though. Basically, to wrap it up, I do think that the Verrett is going to be out there, and we will see some snaps from Verrett because the thing that, and I know we touched about it a little bit on Tuesday's show, but the thing I'm excited about is this is almost tryouts. As we all know, we have stated many times in the off season. You and I personally have talked about it. Is the whole secondary is essentially all free agents after this year. So
Right.
I'm looking at everybody, whether it's Richard Sherman on down to Jason Verrett on down to Tim Harris, even though he's on IR right now. I'm looking at everybody like, show us what you got. And in a sneaky way, this might be a sneaky little blessing in disguise, so that we can see what life without Richard Sherman would be like. Because coming into the season, I'm. Sherm has said that he's planning. His wife's only said only 3 more seasons, so he's only going to play for 3 more seasons. I personally, I know that this is a popular opinion. I'm not too keen on Sherman at strong safety, just because. So you're going to tell me a cornerback who's had 2 Achilles surgeries at age now 33 is going to go play strong safety? I mean,
Yeah, not as ideal, but then, he might get too slow to play cornerback. I mean, I can see him just going out like that if he says, you know what, if I go out injured, then so be it. But I don't know. I mean,
I'm not saying that I wouldn't love Richard Sherman on the field. I love Richard Sherman on the field, but I think that without some
we're not even necessarily
contingency
talking
plan,
about him playing strong safety with us, though. It could be once
yeah,
again.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
this arguably could be his last year here, but let's just say another team 2 years from now, and I think Sherman can still play corner probably even. But once again, I mean, shoot. I mean, I hope God is with us and he actually comes back fine. I think we definitely took the whole veteran approach with him, and sorry to have to cut you off there, but it could be strong safety in his 3rd last year.
Yeah, of course. And so I'm not saying that. My point is basically that I was trying to get is I'm not too keen on bringing Sherm back as our corner next year. I just I'm a little bit skeptical. Now let's see what's out there. Let's see what the draft brings and things. And anyway, that's further down the line. The point is that I'm excited to see what we do. Obviously, we want number 97 out there. Obviously, we want number 94 out there. Just off the simple fact that we know that obviously put a gun to everybody's head. Famous show saying, of course, they would rather lose Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa. Like, well, let's be real here. But I think just out of the sheer snaps that Sully was playing, and now that has to raise everybody else's snaps. Yeah, we're gonna miss Solomon Thomas. Let's not be. Was he one of our best 10 defensive linemen? Yes. And does it make the team, the depth of the team, be tested? Of course. But with I would love to get more of your opinion on this, Adam. I think Ziggy's going to have. I don't want to say he's going to come in and lead the team in sacks and all that craziness, but I think he's going to have the timing sacks. Hey, it's third and 12. We won't say that a particular number, but third and 12. We need this stop to get off this field and secure our victory. I think Ziggy Ansah is built perfectly for that type of role.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited to kind of see him and Dion Jordan. To reflect off your point earlier, I definitely think this is going to have to be, once again, everybody else stepping up. So, the coverage is going to have to be there a little bit longer and hang in there a little bit longer. Obviously, the linebackers, well, I'm not really worried about them. I still think, once again, somebody like Juan is still knocking off some of the rust coming back from injury and everything like that. And I do think he's a starting will side linebacker because he flows to the ball a little better than Dre Greenlaw.
Okay.
That's not to take away anything from Dre Greenlaw. I don't really think it's because of money. I just think he's just simply faster for that weak side linebacker spot to go a little bit for him. Obviously, a little more sideline to sideline. But as far as with Ziggy goes and Jordan, I like Harry Hyder. Just to talk about Solomon Thomas, we all thought maybe he could break out a little bit this season, but that didn't really hurt me at all because we're literally so, even with Defoe gone, we're literally so deep there. Ronald Blair can also play inside once he comes back up in reserve. We know Julian Taylor is going to come back as well. So that one didn't really hurt me so much. So as far as Ziggy goes, I don't know what the heck to expect because, let's be honest, he played on a championship contending team with the Seahawks last season that was also very thirsty for edge rushing help. But I do think somebody like Chris Katurik's crazy yelling ass who does have familiarity with Ziggy. So I do think Ziggy is going to be a little more adaptable to the scheme, a little more plug and play compared to like when he was on the Seahawks. Good news for us is he learned some of the scheme with the Seahawks last season, and he knows the tactics of somebody like Chris Kucherik, what he looks for, what the gap assignments are, and yada yada. So this is going to be very, and honestly, it's a perfect week 2 to kind of unleash Ziggy. But I mean, we're not going to let him go and just start playing out there like a madman. I'm sure he's going to be on a semi pitch count. I mean, last thing we want to do is overuse him, and God forbid something happens to him. I'm excited to see him and Dion, but I'm definitely expecting stunts, and I think we're going to have to start blitzing a little bit. I don't think it's going to happen this week. Hopefully, like I said, I do think we're going to win this by double digits. Some people are saying out there it's going to be a close, ugly game. I don't know exactly why. I just looked it up. The Giants are 29th in the league in yards per game. So, and they're without Saquon Barkley and Sterling Shepard. So even though they have a few more weapons, like for example, Evan Ingram, they still have Golden Tate, Darius Slayton, they still have Devontae Freeman, Wayne Goldman, Dion Lewis. So they still got a few weapons, but once again, even healthy, they were 29th in the league. So I think we're going to jump on them. I don't know how many sacks and what to expect out of Zingy. I would definitely celebrate if him and Dion had a sack each. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing cartwheels if Dion Jordan and Ziggy Ansah have a sack each on. I think that obviously, of course, we're going to miss, Bosa, and we miss Ford, but obviously the drop off would seem to be not as significant. And I think that edge rushing, I mean, obviously Nick Bosa's, sack god and all that and everything like that. But I think that what we're going to miss Nick the most was his relentless 3-down motor. And the fact that Nick Bosa affected the run game, the pass game. I mean, let's not forget the play that he had. I believe it was New Orleans when he stopped
The deflection
Kamara, I
in
believe
the
it was.
playoff game too against the Vikings.
Yeah,
If that's what you're talking about.
the pick against the pick against the Panthers.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, and so I think that's what we're gonna miss. I believe that you can get after the passer, you can get after the passer. You know, I believe it's those type of game-changing plays that we're gonna miss from Nick Bosa. I think
And
that's
that's
what
why I
separates
think
him.
it hurts even further with Ronald Blair
Yeah,
being out. And sorry to cut you off again, is because I think if Ronald Blair was healthy, it wouldn't hurt as much. Where I totally believe Ronald Blair now, I'm sure he's going to be in solid shape. I'm sure he's going to be a little trimmed down. I think especially even further now that we're so weak at edge rusher, I think he's going to be a little lower weight. But he still has that strength. We all know he can play inside as well. So my point is, if Ronald Blair was healthy, at least he can play the base Leo, aka right end spot, and I think he would be able to do all right. And we already know we usually play a big end. Now that wipes out actually Stolly off of there. So I don't know if it's going to be essentially Arik Armstead every single time there. Obviously, we all know Kerry Hyder can also play that big end role. He's kind of like a tweener. I don't really love him playing base right end. Julian Taylor. Obviously he can play the big end too. Not obviously a right end or that playing out of that Leo spot. But if Ronald Blair was healthy, we can do that. I don't think we're going to ask Ziggy Ansah to play base down, and I don't think we should, especially from week one. In my own personal opinion, we might. I don't know what to expect. I honestly don't. I would probably put Hyder right now at right end, and obviously put Arik at big end, if not vice versa. I would hate to say it. Maybe they asked Arik Armstead to play a little base Leo now. We all didn't want it, especially in 2017. Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's going to be Hyder at base right end though.
Yeah. I see Dion Jordan and Ziggy Ansah coming in and playing more of the D Ford type role, where you're just essentially
especially for the
quarterback. You're, as D Ford said in his opening press conference, my job is to go that way, and that way is towards the quarterback. And so, I see Kerry Hyder, Arik Armstead, Julian Taylor. I see those type of players taking over the big end role. And Kerry Hyder's probably going to be the right end.
Right, because Kinlaw, DJ Jones are obviously they can play very good on the inside, and we know. It's been very promising to see. Kinlaw is, he's flashing. He's flashing very good, very early without OTAs and everything. So I'd put Hyder right now at base. Obviously, we really miss Ronald Blair. DJ and Kinlaw in the middle, and then leave Arik at big end, is my own personal opinion. And honestly, right now, I would have Hyder actually shave some weight so he can be at his most explosiveness possible, because just to be a little more prepared and get a little quicker to the ball.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's how we're going to go as far as Kinlaw to piggyback up your comment about Kinlaw. The thing that I'm most intrigued, I think is most positive, is he's looked better each game. And so, if you, as long as you're going up on that upward trajectory, I think he'll be fine by the end of the year, and he'll be right up about where the Niners expected him.
I say give him another month, week 6 to 8. I think he could really start taking off and become that 3-down guy we're all envisioning and obviously hoping for next to Arik.
Exactly. Now, the switch. So basically, to wrap up on, let's say, the defensive side of the ball, I believe that our defense versus their offense, I don't want to say no contest, because it's not like we're rolling out our A1 top tier defense. But if they score more than 13 to 17 points, I'm a bit concerned.
Here's the funny part too. The Giants are 32nd in the league in rushing, and that's with Saquon Barkley. So that's going to be non-existent. That's why I think this can actually be a similar game, kind of like the Jets. We're going to jump on them. We're going to take a big lead. They already can't run the ball anyways. Once again, being first year of the offense, Jason Garrett obviously taking over offensive coordinator. So 29th in the league, and 29th in the league in overall yards per game, 30 dead last in rushing yards per game. It sounds like perfect opportunity, honestly, once again, to take the lead and let Ziggy Ansah and Dion Jordan and Hyder kind of just play the edge and obviously just kind of attack him a little bit, and actually kind of a way to kind of get us going until the next week's game against the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's essentially probably the best thing that we could have happen this week is to face a team that we don't have to have the worry of the rush. And we could go tell Ziggy Ansah, Deion Jordan, just pretty much everybody, hey, go get the quarterback and do what you do.
Right.
Now, to switch on the offensive, um, if we lose this game, I do believe it'll be on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not concerned with look, we went into it a little bit on Tuesday's show, but Nick Mullins is a capable quarterback. 4th year in the season, look, I have full confidence in saying the fact I fully believe nobody on that team, maybe even on that field, is going to be more prepared to go in that game than Nick Mullins. I am fully confident that Nick Mullins will be fully prepared for this game.
Yep.
I am confident that we can win. I do see it like a 27-13 type of game where you say, 14 points, not too big, but when you watch the game, you say, yeah, the Niners were clearly the better team all day. Maybe Kyle took his foot off the gas after we got up a little bit, and kind of just gave the ball to Jeff Wilson Jr. and said, hey, just pound out 3 yards a carry and let's get the hell out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much going to be the game plan. Is Kyle's going to try to, especially early on, I think he'll try to get Nick's confidence going and giving him some easy throws, some easy, just typical, easy quarterback throws, get him in a rhythm. And then we're slowly going to, pound him with that rock and just take the air out of the football. And I can easily see by the end of the third quarter, we just simply suck the will out of them. And the last, let's say, half of the game is pretty much spent us pretty much just running the football, trying to drain clock.
I agree. I can see a 23, 26 game. Sorry, I got to jump in for a second. So here's the interesting part. So we all know I gave you some stats on the offensive, the offensive totals overall. Obviously, it's spread across all 32 NFL teams not being so good on offense, and they're without the 2 of their biggest weapons. So here's the interesting part. They're actually 4th on defense in the NFL in yards per game. So their defense has actually been a little scrappy, even though they had to cut a former first-round pick, DeAndre Baker. But they're actually, on paper, getting it done. On top of my head, who do they play? Who did they play the first 2 weeks?
They played Pittsburgh and it was Pittsburgh and Chicago.
Pittsburgh and Chicago. Yeah, I just pulled it up right now. So they lost 26-16 to the Steelers. Not too bad. And then they lost against the Bears just by 4 points. So both games combined, 14 points. They essentially lost by a touchdown average in each game. So it's not like they're getting the doors blown off of them or anything like that. But once again, their offense was already so good. So they put up 13 points last week, and they put up 16 points against the Steelers. So
and we all know the Steelers got a pretty good D.
Right. Well, my point was they already weren't able to score points even with their 2 best weapons. So yeah. I expect us to they're not going to get more than 16 points. I'll pretty much guarantee you that, in my own personal opinion. You never know how things are going to go, but they're 4th. They're 4th in the league on defense and yards per game. So I do think I can see a 23-13 kind of win. Just for their defense, obviously, be able to scrap up. But once again, I mean, hey, those Bears and Steelers are not shanty. And I know we're playing, obviously, we're hurt a little bit on the opposite end. I do like us, though, to put up 23 points bare minimum. I think it'll be 26 and up with a max of 31, 34, the absolute most. So, but I can see a 23-13 kind of win.
Max 34 if we have some turnovers, they turn the ball over, and we get the ball at their 5, a couple times or something where it's just so almost like defensive type of scores where it's look, we got the ball at the 3-yard line, we're gonna punch it in for a touchdown.
Right. Well, the cool thing is too, is Nick Mullins did have experience there playing there last week, so he's already familiar with the field a little bit, and was able to get a little roll on, to set him up for this week. So that's some good news right there.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to keep these about between a half an hour, just to kind of give you a little quick Friday wrap up. Before we get out of here, we're gonna go ahead and end it with we're gonna go ahead and do one offense, one defense players to watch. Adam, I'll let you go ahead and go first.
Well, one offense. I mean, shoot. I mean, can I please split it on defense and do half Ziggy Ansah, half Dion Jordan because we're so thirsty at edge rusher? Those are the guys I'm kind of looking forward to the most. If you ask me who the most important player is going to be, probably somebody like Fred Warner. I do envision them using Evan Ingram a lot, using Dion Lewis and Wayne Gallman, and obviously the little short dump off screen game, to get them going because they're without someone like Sterling Shepard. So I'd rather go with the edge rushers. If not, I'll go Fred Warner. Offensive side of the ball. I mean, who are we kidding? It's going to have to be Nick Mullins, right? And Jet McKinnon, just for the simple fact that he's probably going to get the lion's share of the touches at running back. Even though they're going to probably use Jeff Wilson a lot because they don't want to overfeed Jet, in my opinion, either.
Yeah. You stole my Jet McKinnon. I was leaving the Nick Mullins open for you, but I was hoping you were going to steal my Jet.
You can't ask me just one.
Yeah, I know, right? So we're going to go ahead. My two on defense. I'm going to go ahead and you split it between. I'm going to go. I'm looking for Jimmy Ward and Jaquaski Tart to have big games in this. I look at Jimmy Ward, Jaquaski Tart, especially Jimmy Ward with the single high. I'm a little nervous with Akello. I don't want to say slide coverage his way, but let's say that I think Jimmy Ward's going to be a little active in this game. And as we see, he's very capable. Look, I think one of the most underrated plays that he made all season was the hit against Green Bay to dislodge the ball from who's their tight end? To Diggs in the Vikings game. Had a hit that lodged the ball against Diggs in the Vikings game. Jimmy Ward could be physical and deliver those games. He's not big on turnovers. He's not going to cause a lot of fumbles. He's not going to get a lot of picks. But I do believe that he can lay the hammer and change the ball game that way. On offense, I'm looking at I need to see Brunskill and I need to see Mike McGlinchey. The right side of the line has been a little bit of a concern this season. I think we're going to be fine with Brunskill. I think we're going to be fine with Big Mike. I need to see them step up this week. Obviously, I'm very confident in Lincoln and Trent Williams on the left side. But we're gonna need to see a big game from number 69 and number 63.
Yeah, and if off the top of my head, I think their top two edge rushers are Marcus Golden, who actually really won in the offseason. That guy literally went so unsigned, and the Giants were able to place some weird tag on him because he wasn't signed, and then he eventually just ended up signing. Marcus Golden, Lorenzo Carter, and I might be forgetting somebody else, but I think Trent Williams and Mike McGlinchey will have pretty solid games. And if I'm not mistaken, Daniel Brunskill actually had a better week 2 compared to week 1. So that's encouraging. And once again, I think it's the perfect way to kind of get the ball rolling a little bit.
Exactly. So to go hard, to answer your question, no, you did not just see me put out a doobie. That was a cigarette. I don't smoke weed on the show. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should just have a bong chilling hour. But all right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get it wrapped up. When we start talking about bong chilling hour, it's probably about time to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Anything you want to wrap up with, Adam?
Well, I mean, like I said, very interesting week just to see a lot of people. At the end of the day, are we agreeing? I think Akello's gonna do the warm-ups and all that, and it's pretty much gonna be on him. Where it's like, are you okay? Do you want to go? Are you okay to go? And it's gonna be him saying yes or no. And if it's yes, he's gonna play like he's fully healthy. Essentially, if he feels something, obviously come out. If he starts getting abused, which I don't think he will. I think he comes out well. So I expect him to start unless something goes wrong in either of those two ways, and then it's Jason Verrett time. And I do think Jason Verrett will be able to get some slot time across from Kwan Williams and 4 wide receiver sets, for example.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that. I think that we're going to see a lot of I think you're going to see Robert. To me, just to go ahead and wrap up real quick, I think that we're going to be able to see a lot of. This is where, to me, hey, Robert Saleh, you want to be a head coach. You want to prove that it's not just because you have the horses. This is where I need to see some. I want to be able to leave this week with saying, hey, Robert Saleh schemed our defense to a victory this, to some legitness this week.
I'm smelling some Jacquiski Tart and Kawan Williams blitzes this week a little bit against versus an inexperienced Daniel Jones and the offensive line that they had to kind of like piece together a little bit. It's improved a little bit, but still not that great at the end of the day. I think it's a good week to start blitzing a little bit and help out the defensive line.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those weeks where we try out everything before we get to St. Louis. Oh, before I forget, also, and then I promise y'all we'll go ahead and end on this. I promised y'all that I would find out the show's record. So the Niners are officially, as of last Sunday's game, 24 and 27. Or sorry, 24 and 26. So if we go 3-0, so beat the Giants, the Eagles, and the Dolphins, Niner Faithful Radio will officially have a winning record. So we're 24 and 26 on the show. I didn't go and pick out which shows you were on and do all that, but I simply just took our records since 2017 and figured it out that way. But hey, here's to go the next 3-0 the next 3 weeks, and hey, look, not bad from starting off 0-9 when we started this show to finally have a rated record on the show will definitely be an achievement. We will go ahead and see y'all on Tuesday with a recap of Niners Giants. Make sure to go ahead and follow Adam at 49ers Insiders. You can follow Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook and Instagram at Niner Faithful Radio, and on Facebook, Twitter at Niner Faithful R. For Super Duper moderator Kim, Jamie, and Jason, Adam, and myself, we want to say faith, love, and nappiness. Go Niners. See y'all Tuesday. All right, bro.
Go Niners. Thank you, guys.